I'm Alan Hinds, and I'm here for Reality Web TV for the Xotic line of effects once again. Thanks for joining us. I want to begin today by talking about my guitar, which I've used in other videos for Xotic before. It's changed slightly since then. I was just on tour for the last couple months in Canada, and I've been using these new raw vintage steel, pure steel saddles on my guitar. But this is a little bit more like the vintage guitar saddles. It sounds more like the old 59s, the early Fender bridges. It's a little bit softer metal, and it gives the guitar a little bit rounder, maybe a little bit more sustained, and maybe a little bit bigger sound. It's a rather lightweight guitar with a maple neck, and I love it totally. If I continue down the line of my effects, the newest thing I've added also besides the saddles is the new AC booster by Xotic. It's a little bit different, besides the light being in a different place. The AC booster, the new version of the AC booster has a little more gain, and it's less compressed than the old one. They're both still very similar in characteristics, and you could probably dial them in both to sound great. But this one, for me, sounds a little bit less like a pedal, more like a real amp. It's got more headroom and less compression, which is why I prefer it over the older one, which is what you're hearing now. It's in the same structure. It looks almost the same. The only difference, as I can tell, is that there's a light is in a different place, which is not that important. But what's important is that it sounds a little bit better. If they could improve on it, somehow they did. It sounds, like I said, more natural under your fingers. One thing I always liked in a guitar amplifier is I've always been a big Fender fan, and a nice, clean sound is hard to find. It's really inspirational if you can find an amplifier that feels really good under your fingers. And I've always liked the old Fender Deluxes, my personal preference. But I've found a lot of times the Deluxes are not quite loud enough. So I recently got two new amplifiers. One is the Fuchs Overdrive Supreme, and the other one is the Dr. Z 6545, which I believe they don't make anymore. But they're both great amps. The Fuchs I haven't had a chance to use and get into as much as I will in the future. But the main thing I noticed right off the bat is that it has plenty of headroom, and it's totally natural, and picks up all the nice little nuances that your fingers pick up. Plenty of bottom, just the right amount of highs and mids. So for me, that works really great. Plus, it has tons of headroom.